My name's Les. Welcome to my channel, The Broken Broom Workshop. Today we're going to be working on a buddy of mine's 2020 Toyota Supra. We're going to be putting on a LG Heritage wing. Here's the wing itself. Right now I've got it laid down on some towels because he just had this painted. Had it painted to match the color of the vehicle, obviously. We're going to go ahead and get this set up and try to get this installed. We're going to start off with some taping, but what I'm going to do is tape off this area here. I don't want to scratch the paint. Tape is a whole lot cheaper than a paint job. And I'm just using some blue painter's tape. It does pretty well for things like this. This wing has a couple of indentions right here on either side that looks like it's going to fit right around the factory deck lid spoiler. This is a carbon fiber wing, but he had it painted to match the color of the vehicle. And it looks like the outside edge of this, it's hard to see with the tape, but right as this starts to break over and come down is right where that lines up on both sides. I mean, it's solid. I can't push it forward, I can't pull it back, and I can't move it side to side. So it locks itself into place. I was not expecting that. That's pretty nice. I'm gonna mark this. The next thing I need to do is be able to locate where these holes need to be drilled on the deck lid. To me, the easiest way to do it is to create some straps that go across here that I can tape down to the deck lid that align with this hole. I have some ABS plastic, real thin, 1/16 inch, and I just used a straw, just a regular straw that fits inside this hole, and now that aligns it. So once this is taped down to the deck lid, I pull the wing off, and now I have a exact location of my hole. What I did is, like I said, I took a straw, I drilled a 1/4 inch hole in my ABS plastic, and you can use anything if you don't have ABS. You can use cardboard, chipboard, Cool Whip bowl lid, Tupperware bowl lid, just don't tell your wife that. And all I did was drill a hole, I put the straw in, added a little bit of CA glue and some zip kicker, and I mean, it's in there, it's solid, it ain't going anywhere. And what I'll wind up doing, because this straw doesn't fit inside the threads, it only fits inside the actual hole. It'd be better if you had a straw that fit all the way inside the threads. Then you could make this longer, and you wouldn't necessarily have to tape this whole piece to your wing, but I didn't have that size straw. What I'm going to do is just put a small piece of tape to kind of hold these into place so they don't fall out while I'm trying to align it. Put them on the car, and then I can tape this down to the car. Once I do that, I can pull the wing off, and I'll have the exact hole location where I need to drill my holes. Because you are going to be drilling holes into the deck lid of this car, and if you've never done it before, it can be nerve-wracking. Let's get started on that. Let me get this all taped up and I'll show you what I've got to work with. All I did was just push these into the bolt hole, and then I just ran a piece of tape on that. I did that on both sides here. This is the hardware that it comes with. Okay, these are the bolts that hold it in. Real nice stainless countersunk with a Allen head in there, and it has a rubber seal. Because you are going to be drilling through the body, this will keep any of the rain and water and anything like that out from running in here and running into the vehicle itself. It comes with some pads. I'm not exactly sure where they go. I'm gonna have to try to figure that out. But I also have some weather seal that I may wind up putting around the edges where it meets up with the car surface, with the deck lid. But we'll cover that when we get to it. All right, let's go and get this set up and get it ready to install. Got both sides taped down. I'm gonna put it back on here, and hopefully they'll line up with my mark that I put on here earlier. That way I know exactly where this thing is gonna sit. It doesn't move side to side. I can't push it forward or backwards. Now I just need to tape these down on both sides and pull this wing off of it. One issue I've run into is I can't let go of this because it rocks backwards and then it tries to fall off. So I'm going to have to do some taping while holding the wing. This is where an extra set of hands would come in real handy. What I need to make sure is when I go to drill these holes are straight up and down. If you look, the little straw part is actually at an angle. They're angled like this, but the drill needs to go straight up and down. That's my next step. I'm going to use a center punch. I'm going to find the very center of that hole and then drill straight down. Alright, too late now. No going back. Just using an 1/8 inch drill bit to start this pilot hole. All right, here we go. Boy, that didn't take much. Let's pull this off and see what we got. I'm using a 1/4 inch drill bit. Now you have to remember this deck lid is aluminum. It's very soft and it drills really easily with a good bit. And I think I told y'all wrong. I thought this was aluminum. It's not. It's a composite or a plastic. This is aluminum. This is a plastic. Right here is where my holes are. The bolts will go up through that. All right, before I take this tape off, I want to test fit. Make sure we're good. Wish me. Trying to. It's a little tight. I'm wondering if I need to make this hole just a little bigger. We're going to take these off. I may have to go one size larger on the hole because I think the bolt here is the same size as that hole, which doesn't allow me any wiggle room. I've got it on. I did have to wind up going and re-drilling these holes to a 5/16, which is just the next size up I had from a 1/4. It gave me a little bit of wiggle room. Some of these, because this is handmade, this wing is handmade, the threaded inserts in here are not exactly lined up with each other, so I needed a slightly larger hole for some wiggle room, but I was able to get all 4 of them in there. Don't have them tightened down. I won't do that until I get ready to do the final install. But what I want to do is I'm going to put me a light pencil line right here, because I want to put some weather strip on here where it mates up to this surface. And I just want to put me a light pencil line right here. That way I know where my weather seal can go. So I'm going to take this off and I'm going to put on some weather seal. This is called stretch tape, and this is for the construction industry. I used this when I built this shop. When I was doing the framing, it's around all my doors and windows and stuff like that, and it's a weather seal. I would put this on here and then just take me a razor blade and just ever so slightly cut this around to fit. So what I want to do is take me a microfiber, kind of wipe all the debris and stuff off of here. Just don't wipe my pencil mark away. To right there. I'm just going to take and just lightly cut this on the inside of that. The better thing to do would be to make a pattern and then cut it out and then apply it, because this stuff is super sticky and it's pressure fit. So the harder you push on it, the more it sticks. Got these put on both sides. Went ahead and cut my holes out. Now, this kit does come with these little felt, really thin felt pads. I'm going to still go ahead and use these over this. So hopefully it's a double protection. Hopefully that doesn't cause any issues, but that's what we're going to do. I'm going to leave this part of it taped until I know that this thing doesn't hit this when it comes down. Before I snug this thing down completely, let's see what it does. Oh yeah, I got a nice gap right there. This looks good. It's right on that edge. Same as this one, right on that edge. Since I got these bolts in here, I don't want to tighten these up too much because I don't want to crush this plastic. There is a gap between here and here, and I don't want to crush it, so I don't want to tighten it down too tight, but I also don't want these to back out. So I'm going to put some Loctite on there. I have some blue gel. It's really nice. It doesn't run everywhere. Not too bad when you open it up. It's a nice finished look. Right, let's go ahead and pull this tape off here. Not crazy about this. This side doesn't do it, but this side is more flush. This side, the trunk is down just a bit and it hits. I'm going to raise the bump stop there. This bump stop right here, just going to spin it out a little bit. Try it. That's better. This is actually down just a hair over here. There we go. Now we're good. We're good. I'm just going to kind of clean this up, just using a little Meguiar's Ultimate Quick Detailer. Just kind of get all my fingerprints and all the smudges off of it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this one roughly, it's between a 6 and a 7. Wasn't difficult to do. There is a lot of preparation you have to do as far as making sure you get the holes in the exact right spot. Otherwise, you could really mess up a deck lid. The total time it took me to do this, total time was about 4 hours. I give myself an hour leeway for the filming of this because there's starting, there's stopping, there's resetting, there's doing different things for the camera. Actual work time, it shouldn't take you more than say 3 hours if you're by yourself. If you have another person helping you, it would be even faster and even better. It's not a difficult job. And as you can see, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna call this one complete and wrap it up. We will see you next time. Y'all have a good one.